terminals of our operational amplifier. So everything we need to connect with output only in any application. Clear all of you? So now we are going to see how particular operational amplifier can be used as a voltage to converter. Is everyone getting my screen?
Okay.
Yeah. So same thing we need to apply. See here, voltage to converter we can use two types. Operational amplifier can be used in two types. One is floating load. Floating load in the sense here load is going to be connected at the feedback path. If load resistance, see here, load resistance is connected in feedback path and input voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal. So here we can see how load current is, we can measure load current in terms of voltages. Okay, we are providing voltage here, so we need to produce load current only. So obviously here, can anyone tell me, negative terminal is not connected with any sources, so current does not flow in this direction. Okay, but current will flow from output to in this direction by giving this input voltage. Okay, see here, by applying if you apply virtual ground concept, as positive terminal is connected with V in, and this what is the voltage can be presented here, negative terminal of operational amplifier, how much voltage is going to be present?
0 volts.
Why 0 volts? As positive terminal is connected with how much voltage? Yeah. So what is the virtual ground concept is, whatever the voltage we are going to convert at non-inverting terminal, same that voltage is reflecting going to be at the inverting terminal. That is the concept of virtual ground. So here non-inverting terminal is connected with V in. So same voltage is going to be present at negative terminal also. This is the negative terminal. Okay. So here also V in is going to be present. And by using KCL, so as here negative terminal is not connected with any voltage source, so current does not flow in this direction, but it will flow from load to the ground. Okay, so here we can easily write I. This is the current which is entering to the ground from negative terminal, which is equals to, so if we consider this node, this is the current leaving and this is the current entering. So this current is passing through the load resistor. So we are considering this is as load current IL. So clearly by using concept of KCL, I equals to IL. So and one more thing, can you write the equation for I? As here, how much voltage is appearing by using concept of virtual ground? V in is going to be present, and how much? So this is the V in. So what can you tell me what is the voltage appearing across R, not RL? what is the voltage that can appear across R? As one
I
terminal is
into
connected,
V,
I into
V in.
V in, very good. I into V in. So this is the V in. As current is I is passing, so I into V in, and other terminal is connected with 0. So actual voltage across the R is V in, V in minus 0. So this is the voltage is going to be present across R. Similarly, what is the voltage that can appear across RL? Hello. One terminal is connected with V out, and the terminal is connected with V in, and current is passing from V out to V in. So voltage appears across the RL as V out minus V in. Simply we can give the difference of two voltage terminals of particular resistor. One terminal is connected with V in, other terminal is connected. Sorry, one terminal is connected with V out, other terminal is connected with V in. Okay, leave it. So here we can directly write the equation for this I. What is the current passing through R? So as it is containing V, drop across R is V in. So what is the current formula? I equals to, we can write directly V in by R. So this is where I am writing V in by R, which is equals to load current. So if you are changing input voltage, see here, if you are changing input voltage, then obviously load current is going to be changed. But actually load current, can you write the formula for load current? Load current, it should depending upon RL. Okay, load current should depending upon RL, but it is depending upon V in and input resistor. Clear all of you? Load current is going to be depending upon input voltage and input resistor, not load resistor. By using this, we can easily confirm that input voltage is going to be converted into the output load current. Load current is nothing but output current. Clear? So this is the way how we need to convert voltage to current. This is the arrangement of operational amplifier that we can use it as. If we are changing input voltage, so our input voltage, obviously output load current is going to be changes. It does not depending upon output voltage or output resistor, that is in the sense load resistor. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we can see another form of voltage to current converter. See here, this can be called as grounded voltage to converter. In previous diagram, what we have seen, floating load voltage to current converter. Now we are going to see ground load voltage to converter. Ground load in the sense here load current. So see here, load current we are going to make it ground. Clear all of you? This is the load current and we need to consider load voltages. Here also we need to consider load current. So entire load in the sense, now tell me what is meant by load? Can anyone just tell me give me the example for load? In most of the systems we are dealing with what is load. In ECR, PDCR, like most of the subjects we are dealing with load. Tell me what is load? Anyone? If you tell that answer, I will move forward. I think all are muted. Please unmute yourself. Then I am able to listen your voice. Most of the people are
Bunky
giving.
things.
Yeah, hello, Monica, tell me.
Load means bunky things that are carried, which are carried, sir.
I am not getting your answer, Monica. Can you repeat again?
He, I mean, heavy things which are carried by something, sir.
I need answer in terms of electrical form. Load in the sense we are not giving load to any other vehicles. Heavy
Okay,
things in the sense I am not getting like that only. Heavy things in the sense we are not putting load on any other lorry or any other bus or not any other train. I am not using any transport. Then why should use heavy in the sense heavy load? So we should not think like that. So if any yeah, tell me anyone. Hello, Sia. If anyone facing the problem with fuse failure in your home supply, hello.
Yes, sir.
Then why it is going to be happen?
Because of load.
Because of
Loads.
Loads.
load in the sense. Now tell me load. మీరు వింటుంటారు కదా ఎప్పుడైనా కరెంట్ ఫీజు కొట్టేసినా ఏం జరిగినా లోడ్ ఎక్కువైపోయింది అందుకనే ఫీజు పోయింది అని గట్రా అనుకుంటారు. లేదంటే ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్లో ఏదైనా జరిగినా ఎక్కువ మంది ఆన్ చేయడం వల్ల సమ్మర్ టైమ్స్లో కూడా చాలా అలా జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లోడ్?
High voltage, sir.
High voltage?
పవర్ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల లోడ్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుందా సార్?
Yeah. What is that meaning of load? పవర్ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేయడం అంటే ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అమ్మా?
అంటే లైట్స్ అవి ఎక్కువ
యా, వెరీ గుడ్. లైట్స్ ఆన్ చేయడం కానీ, ఏసీ ఆన్ చేసుకోవడం కానీ, మోటార్ ఆన్ చేసుకోవడం కానీ, వాషింగ్ మిషన్ ఆన్ చేయడం కానీ, ఇవన్నీ ఒకేసారి ఆన్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది?
లోడ్ ఎక్కువ అయిపోతుంది సార్.
లోడ్ విల్ గెట్ ఇంక్రీజ్డ్. ఎన్సీపీలు ఉంటే ఎన్సీపీలు షట్ డౌన్ అయిపోతే, లేదంటే ఫీజ్ ఉంటే ఫీజ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, సో హియర్ వీ నీడ్ టు అబ్జర్వ్ క్లియర్లీ లోడ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద అప్లికేషన్ end product what we are using. For charger, what is the end product? End device we are connecting for charger. Mobile is the load. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If you take room, for fan switch, which is load? For fan switch, what is the end device we are connecting? Fan. For light switch, what is the end product we are connecting? Light. So what is the end device? To which device we are giving source? That could be the end device. Any end device for that application only we are providing power. Load in the sense, load we are using in, we have seen RL. RL is nothing but we have seen operational amplifiers. So in load, if you take power amplifiers, what we are going to connect in load, instead of RL, what we are connecting? Loudspeaker. So loudspeaker replaces RL value. Wherever we are using RL, that RL should replace it by the, in real time, that is going to be replaced by the some product particular for which we are going to use particular application. So if you take in our home supply, so if plug point is there, there also we are going to connect load, and bulb point is there, for that bulb will act as load. If AC for AC plug, air conditioner will act as load. For refrigerator plug point, refrigerator will act as load. Like the way in previous section also we are going to give load. So here load in the sense any device that we are going to connect there. So from that, if you are changing voltages, input voltages, it is getting changes in current. So what is that meaning? So no voltage drops are occurring. Why? Because we are providing source in terms of current. So if there is a series combination occurrence there, so voltage is going to be dropping. So to avoid that voltage dropping, we are converting that device. We are converting voltage into current, so that current is going to be provided to the end device. So that is the main purpose of converting voltage to the current. In some other applications, parallel combination needs to going to be used. So for that one, no other way to use that particular application. In that, what we need to do, if current is going to be produced, passed through in parallel combination, what is going to be happen? Current is going to be reduced. So if you convert current into the voltage, then no such problem. In any all parallel combinations, voltage is going to be constant. So in that applications, we are going to convert current into the voltage conversion. So hope everyone got what is load. Load in the sense, what is the end device what we are connecting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For charger, our mobile phone will be the load. For TV plug point, TV will be the load. All these are whatever the devices we are connecting at end. All the devices can be categorized as load. So the load in the sense, there is no particular load resistor in any application. Whatever the end device we are using, that can be treated as load. Clear, all of you? See here load in the ground, load is going to be connected before ground. So here this voltage to converter can be called as ground load voltage to converter. See here by using concept of virtual ground. So here this could be the positive terminal of operational amplifier, and this is the negative terminal of operational amplifier. But here we are applying Vin. But this Vin is not directly giving to this operational amplifier, because of this resistor is there, RL is there. In these two resistors, some sort of voltage drop is going to be occur. After that, voltage is going to be given. So for that, what I am considering is here I am representing it is node A. At this node A, I am considering voltage is nothing but V1. Clear, all of you? This is the V1. So as there is no device connected in this between, so entire V1 is going to be presented at positive terminal. As V1 is given to the positive terminal, so what is the voltage at negative terminal?
V1.
Still in dilemma. See here, this Vin is not directly giving to the positive terminal of operational amplifier. Some resistors are there. So if resistors are there, definitely there sort of a voltage drop occur. So what I am considering from this point, whatever the voltage appearing at this point, that voltage is going to be applied directly to this positive terminal. So for that I am considering this is V1. We can write equation for V1 also in terms of Vn by using concept of voltage dividing rule. What is the V1 formula? Hello. Can you write the formula for V1? V1 is nothing but it is going to be measuring across RL. across RL. So V1 equals to RL by V in into what are the total resistance here? R is there, another R is there, RL is there. So 2R by 2R plus RL. 2R plus RL. 2R plus RL. So this is the V1 what we are going to apply to this positive terminal of operational amplifier. By using concept of virtual ground, same V1 is going to be appearing there. Clear? First of all, just
Yes,
consider
sir.
it is going to be V1. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a wait. See here, now is everyone getting my screen clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the V1 I'm going to giving. This is the V1 I'm going to giving to this ground load voltage to current converter circuit. So as V1 is given to this positive terminal by using concept of virtual ground. Same V1 is going to be present at negative terminal also. So now we can apply KCL at this particular node. So this is node A. So here I'm going to apply KCL. So what are the voltages considering? I am considering here. So as current, current from this resistor, consider I2, and current from this. So this is current from coming from low output voltage to here, like the way current will pass. Again from input to current will flow in this direction. So that is going to be I1. So this is I1. From output side, I am going to consider I2. No problem. Considering we can take any direction of current in for any direction we can take. No need to consider this direction only. We can consider this direction also. So if you are taking wrong direction, we are getting negative values. If you are taking correct directions, we will get positive value. So no problem considering directions. For there is no magic or no secret behind it how to consider current direction. If you assume, if you are taking what is the direction, if you are taking, if that is correct, current is going to be, we are getting positive values. If you are considering wrong direction, so particular value we are going to get negative values. So here I am considering from output to load. So one current is passing, that is I2, and from input to load another current is also passing, that is I1. So I am applying a KCL at load, and from this node to some current is going through ground through RL resistor. That current is I am going to consider as RL. So by using concept of KCL is nothing but sum of currents entering at node is equals to sum of currents leaving away from the node. So here by applying KCL, I1 plus I2, clearly we can use IL. So now we can write I1 equation. So what is I1 equation? So see, what are the voltages? I1 is nothing but current passing through R. Now we can check what are the voltages connected to R at their two terminals. So one terminal is connected with V1, another terminal is connected with Vin, and current is passing through V1. So that is the reason for I1 can be written as Vin minus V1 by R. And now I2 is current passing through this R. So what is the voltages connected to this R? One voltage is V0, and at other terminal voltage is connect. If you are having, sir, this is the terminal, why we need to consider this? So this is the short circuit, anywhere we can take terminal. అమ్మ కొద్దిమంది ఇక్కడ టర్నింగ్ ఉంది సార్, ఇదే నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేశాను సార్. ఇక్కడ ఇది కదా కార్నర్, మరి మీరు అవుట్పుట్ నుంచి డైరెక్ట్ గా తీసుకుంటున్నారంటే ఇది టెర్మినల్, ఇది సార్ టెర్మినల్, కార్నర్ కదా టెర్మినల్, ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు కన్సిడర్ చేశారంటే no other device connected in between, just wire is connected, so no problem. That is in the sense both are short circuited.
Sir, voice.
Both are short circuited. So here another terminal is V0 and other terminal is V1, and current is passing from through this R, V0 to V1. So I2 equation can be written as V0 minus V1 by R. Clear all of you? So am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So I2 is nothing but V0 minus V1 by R, and IL we can write it as usual. Now R we are taking similar R values. So we can pass this R to the other side, so that we are having Vin plus V0 minus this minus V1 and minus V1, it is going to be, we are having 2V1. 2V1 is nothing but voltage at appearing at positive terminal of operational amplifier. That is going to be equals to IL into 2R.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So okay, so now I am going to write, so how I am converting this equation is Vin minus 2V1 plus, sorry, Vin plus 2V1 minus 2V1. So how I got this equation is, we need to consider this manipulation. We need to consider this one. See here, you can consider this block. So as voltage V1 is connected, now tell me what is the output in terms of, so this is RF resistor, this is feedback resistor, and this is input resistor. Now tell me what is the output for non-inverting terminal?
1 plus R by R1.
1 plus RF by R1 into Vin, and this Vin is nothing but V1, and RF and RR both values are similar here. Clear? See here, input resistance is R, RF is R. So in RF is R, R1 is also R. So R by R in the sense these two going to be cancelled, and we are getting V0 equals to 2V1. So this is by using concept of non-inverting relations between input and output. So V0 is nothing but 2V1, same value I am going to place. So this V0 is nothing but 2V1. So V1 going to be get cancelled. So finally what we are getting here is IL is nothing but Vin by R. Again we got load current is depending upon input voltage and input resistance, not load resistance. Even though this current is passing through this load, but it is depending upon input voltage. Clear? So whatever the changes occurred in input, according that changes only is going to be appearing at load resistor, load current. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
So this is the way how we are going to convert voltage to current conversion. How we are going to make voltage to current conversions. Can anyone tell me the concept of quantization? What is meant by quantization? I think most of the students completed in digital communications. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me what is the concept of quantization?
Sharing understand.
I am not sharing anything. I am asking doubt. What is the concept of quantization?
Converting continuous to discrete forms.
Too bad. What's the concept of sampling?
Convert to
Or can I?
to
Yeah, anyone.
sampling.
Assigning the voltage route to the sample value, sir.
Can you explain?
అంటే ఇప్పుడు పాయింట్స్ లో వాల్యూస్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, ఆ వాల్యూస్ ని నియరెస్ట్ వాల్యూకి రౌండ్ చేసేది సార్, క్వాంటైజేషన్ నథింగ్ బట్ అదే సార్.
Urjan.
నియరెస్ట్ వాల్యూకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసి మనకి ఒక డిజిటల్ ఫామ్ అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నాను. శాంప్లింగ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ which is going to be convert continuous signals into the discrete signals. Sorry, discrete sequence. From that discrete sequence, we need to represent every sequence in terms of ones and zeros only. So from the particular sample, it is going to be compare previous sample and first sample. Or else it is going to be compared with the step size. So if step size is larger than sample, then it is going to be taken 1 in the sense logic high. If that particular sample is less than step size, so it is going to be taken 0. Like the way ones and zeros are going to be generated. See here, I am showing before going to that we should know. So next concept is comparator. So comparator is nothing but comparator is used to compare two things and it is going to be produced its result. If A plus B, it is as operational amplifier, we are having two terminals. So two terminals voltages we are giving at two terminals and it will compare two voltages. So one is going to be our reference value and another one is going to be our input value. So if reference value greater than input value, so then it is going to be produced 0. If reference value is greater than if input value is greater than our reference value, then output is going to be high. So in most of the digital applications, comparator is also used very frequently. So before going to see what is comparator, so we can see how this conversion comparing of two samples is very important in digital. So we can see now, don't worry, I will show you. Hope everyone getting my screen, which is now presently I'm sharing whiteboard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the continuous signal. If you consider this is continuous signal as it is varying continually. Slightly it is similar to the sinusoidal signal. So if you take this is continuous signal which is represented, let it be x of t. So I am taking sampling. So how I am taking sampling? Simply I am going to multiplying with some impulse train. The impulse train in the sense it is always going to maintaining same values at particular intervals. So this concept is nothing but sampling. You might have seen in signals and systems also, and as well analog communications also. So if you multiply these two signals, what we are getting sampled version of this signal. So this is, now we are getting x of n. X of n we are getting, that is sequence. See here how we are getting sequence. See here x of t and x of n are both are same, but x of t is continuous signal, x of n is discrete sequence. Clear all of you? If you see what is its overlap is going to be like this. So clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what called sampling. So this sample, this each and every this samples are going to give an quantizer. So what quantizer will do? Quantizer will fix one step size. So that is going to be, let us consider this is 10 volts, 10 volts. So our step size is going to be 5 volts. So initially it will take one step size. So step size is higher than, sorry, step size is less than sample, first sample. So for first sample it is going to be taken, it is 1. Again it will compare, it will increase us one more step size. Now also this step size is high, even though we are increasing step size is high. So then also it is going to be quantizer, it is output is going to be present at 1. Again what is the step size in fixed in quantizer? 5 volts. So again it will increase as 5 volts. Now it is become 15 volts. But here consider this is only 13 volts. So here third sample is while increasing third step, sample is lesser than step size. So are you following it or not?
Yes, sir. Following.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah. So now we are going to, it is going to be produced 0. Now what quantizer will do? Sample is lesser than step size. So again it is going to be reduce its step size and it will compare again. So it will compare, if step size is, again it is lesser, so lesser in the sense it is going to be make 0. Again it will reduce one more step size. So after reducing one more step size, it is also still 0. Again it will compare, again it will compare next size, but it is going to be increased. So increase in the sense, so step size is going to be again it is going to be increased. So increase in the sense it is going to be 1. Again see here it will come to, again it will compare this one and it will increase the step size. So it will increase step size and it will compare next sample. So then also it is going to be high. So after that it will compare, then also it is going to be high. So like the way ones and zeros are converted. So from this sample directly we are getting ones and zeros. Ones and zeros are nothing but digital signals. So here what is the reference voltage? 5 volts. What are the input values? Each time we are providing these samples. So like the way comparator, you need to compare two values. So this purpose, so in order to compare two values, our operational amplifier also will place a very important role while comparing, and it will produce high value or zero value. High value in the sense it is going to be produced high output, or else it is going to be produced zero output. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, comparator is very much applications in digital digital applications. So our operational amplifier is also can be used as comparator. So now we can see how comparator what are the different comparator, how we can construct with the help of operational amplifier and it's working. All this we can discuss now. See here, we are giving input at the inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. It will compare. So if it is using non-inverting terminal, that inverter can be called as non-inverting comparator. If it is using input we are providing at non-inverting terminal, that is going to be non-inverting comparator. If input is providing at inverting terminal, that comparator is nothing but inverting terminal. So either we can use inverting mode or non-inverting mode. We can see first inverting mode, non-inverting mode of comparator. Is everyone getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See here, we are going to give input to the inverting terminal, and non-inverting terminal we can access reference voltage. Okay, so it is going to be continuously checking with inverting. It is going to be continuously checking with what is the input voltage that we are given with inverting terminal with reference voltage. See here, reference voltage is always going to be constant, just like showing in this graph. See here, this is the reference voltage what we are connecting at positive terminal, and negative terminal we are going to convert some triangular signal. Okay, so what output is going to be produced at the comparator? See here, input is increases, input is increases, input is increases up to this now. So as input is low, what inverting comparator will do is entire operation opposite to the non-inverting comparator. See here, if input is low, see, what input V in is less than V reference. Reference is converting at positive terminal. So this is the working principle of inverting comparator. If V in is less than V reference, then output is going to be high. We are getting high output. See here, up to this, what is the output? Green color representing output. Input is low, output is high. Input is less than reference value, output is going to be producing high output. Again, after this input at inverting is going to be greater than reference value, then output is going to be 0. See here, in this combination, in this time period, output is going to be 0. That is in the sense, 1 in the sense it is going to produce logic high, and 0 in the sense it is going to produce logic 0. Again compare, next cycle we again compare from this point to, are you following? From this point to this point, entirely reference value is greater than input value, so that output is obviously high. See here, output is high in the sense 1 it is going to be produced. 1 in the sense how much value we are fixing, whether it is 5 volts or so that 5 volts is it is going to be produced. Again from this point to this point, input value is greater than reference value, so output is going to be 0. Again from this point to next point, input is lesser than reference value, so that output is going to be high. So if you change the inputs and reference values, so here if you provide input at positive terminal, then that comparator is nothing but non-inverting comparator. Then its operation is also entirely different from inverting comparator. So that is also we can check now. Are you clear with this one? Inverting comparator, how it will works?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can see non-inverting comparator and its output characteristics. See here, we can check output. Inputs are similar, nothing but for positive terminal we are going to give input signal. So that is what triangular signal we are going to given with the positive terminal, and reference value is given with negative terminal. See here, if input is lesser than reference value, then output is going to be 0. If input is greater than reference value, then it is going to be produce high output. See here, this is high output. That is in the sense logic 1. Again, in this time period, from here to here, obviously input all this is less than reference voltage, so that non-inverting comparator is going to be produce output is 0. Again from next, it is from this terminal to this time interval, output is going to be high as input value is greater than reference value. After that again it is going to produce 0. Clear? So this is the way how comparator will works. Clear all of you? This is non-inverting comparator.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And we can see precision rectifiers. Even rectifiers, by using rectifiers, what is the main disadvantage of rectifier? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is the working of rectifier? Half a rectifier at least you can tell me. For example, this is for our convenient only I am writing this diagram, but it can increase transformers also. If we consider this is half a rectifier, So what half-wave rectifier will do? This is the input signal. So what is the output? Output from half-wave rectifier? In green color, I am writing off output. Why this difference is occurred? Can anyone tell me? So this is the output we are getting from rectifier. That is in the sense like output. Only positive peaks are going to be detected, and that positive peaks are lesser than input voltages, as its efficiency is 48% only. And full wave rectifier, what is its efficiency? Hello? 41% efficiency of half wave rectifier. What is the full wave rectifier for efficiency? I think everyone left the subject in 2.1 and 2.2 only. Now we are in 3.1. What is the need of remembering that one? That way you left the entire concept in first year, second year, I think so. Clear? See here, if it is a perfect rectifier, it needs to produce entire half cycle. As half wave rectifier is going to be produced positive half cycles only. So if you are providing, if you are providing 10 volts, let us consider for example. So here in output also positive peak should be 10 volts, but it is not happening. 5 volts not coming. For this positive peak also 5 volts not coming. Why that loss is occurring? Only because of diode will does not diode will, sorry, even 10 volts is very high for that for this diode. So just consider 2 volts. And that 2 volts are not appearing at the output. Why? Because diode does not conduct after what is its threshold voltage or cut-in voltage? Hello. Even that thing also you are not remembering. What is the cut-in voltage of diode or threshold voltage of diode? That is what I am showing there. Even for to reply that one also you are taking a lot more time. So it does not work until input is rises up to 0.7. So that is the reason in output that 0.7 volt is going to be reduced. But in efficient systems that is not going to be that is not required. Sorry, that is not acceptable. So whatever the input voltage we are providing, that output voltage we should get. Even positive voltage, if you are providing 2 volts, that entire 2 volts we need to get. That is in the sense like the way we need to get waveform. Whether it is full wave rectifier or half wave rectifier. In half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier, it is going to be reduced. So to avoid that loss in output, we are going to use operational amplifier. Also, we are going to use rectifier. That rectifier is nothing but precision rectifier. That is in the sense whatever the losses occurred in half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier, that loss is also overcome. That loss is also reduced by using operational amplifier as rectifier. Clear, all of you? That's why this name will be given as precision rectifier. So everyone should know. I will show the precision rectifier now. So this is the construction, how precision rectifier can be constructed. At the output, is everyone getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. At the output side, we are going to cut simple diode. And feedback, no, there is no feedback resistor and positive terminal with given with input voltage. So even buffer, this circuit diagram is similar to the buffer, but output terminal is one extra device added, that is nothing but diode. And load resistance to the ground also we are connecting. So this is the construction of precision rectifier. So we can see it's working in the next session. Okay. And remaining 2-3 applications also we left with the third unit. That applications also we can complete in next session. Clear all of you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
With this 90% of third unit is also completed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you all. You can leave the session. Or
Thank
what is the second hour? Next hour?
EWP, sir.
Okay. I think you might have a test right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.